Hey there, folks. So we're back at the 1919 Standard catalog, and now we're in the vitreous china section. So all of the fixtures in this part of the catalog are made of vitreous china, as opposed to the cast iron section. And I want to point out some of the gems in this catalog that you don't see in later years. And so these are Devoros. You'll notice many of the toilets in this catalog have what looks like an extra pipe going into the wall. And that is actually a vent that leads down inside the bowl. There are some toilets like this on YouTube. If I remember, I'll try and link one in the description below. But if you were to open this seat and look in the bowl, you'd see some round vent holes in the back of the bowl that lead up this pipe, and this pipe would go through the wall and then typically up a stack up through the roof. And what they would often do is, if there was steam heat in the building, that stack might be heated so that it would warm the air, and it would cause it to circulate. It would cause it to go up, and it would actually draw fresh air in through the bowl. So you have a vented toilet bowl, basically. And so that was kind of a neat feature. And this was something that was more common in the teens and the 20s. And it was a feature that kind of went away by World War II anyway, if not before. But many of these toilets had that available. And then on this one, this is a special Devoro. It also has a vent. This is what they called a sanitary hump, or I've also seen it called a sanitary lip toilet bowl. But you'll see that this dark band here is just a piece of metal that bridges the seat because it's an open front seat. But this center part here is actually a porcelain extension of the toilet rim. Then you can see there's actually a similar one in the back. And you can see that the flushing rim actually arches up into this raised part of the bowl, and it would be the same in the front. So that's flushed from the rim. And these were typically only available in round bowls. But I think these were more for use, I don't know, say in grade schools. But the description I like to use is it's kind of like the squirt deflector on a little kid's potty chair, if that makes sense. But that was just an idea that different manufacturers were doing at the time, and other companies had these as well. I've seen Crane toilet bowls that were like this. There are a couple of J.L. Mott Beekman Sano, or Sano. The Mott Sano toilet bowls had this feature. And there are some of those on YouTube as well. So standard, I've never seen an actual real-life picture or video of a standard toilet bowl like this, but they did make them. It was available on the Devoro. Also, most of you are going to know this, but they didn't really have modern elongated shaped bowls at the time, but they did have what we call extended lip toilet bowls. It was kind of the same idea, just a different style. Extended lips kind of fell out of favor in the early 1930s. Just want to point out some of the really weird, quirky stuff. See, here is something that you don't see anymore. This toilet has a concealed tank behind the wall. That was something that didn't take off in the United States, but it was much more common in Great Britain. So you just got a linkage with the flush handle and then a tank mounted behind the wall. Just, it would be more vandal proof, keep it from getting tampered. Now these are pretty cool. These are a standard tank flush toilet and these are seat operated. So the way these worked is they had a special flush valve here. In this seat, you'll notice it's kind of popped up. Well, it's spring loaded. So the way this toilet worked was, as it is in this picture, the seat is sprung and the tank is empty. If you pushed this seat down on the bowl or otherwise sat on it, the tank would then begin to fill up with water. It would fill until it was full and then it would shut off. And then once this seat was released, if you got up from the toilet, it would open the flush valve and the tank would flush automatically, hands-free. Sorry about the focus. It would go through a flush cycle and then the tank would remain empty until the next user came or until the seat was pressed down again. And so that was just an early form of automatic flushing toilet, all mechanical. And there were flushometer versions of these as well. In fact, Sloan made seat-operated flushometers as late as the 50s. And Kohler made a form of this as well as late as the 60s with a pressure flush tank. So those are pretty interesting. And I'm going to stop this video and we'll continue into the flushometer and pressure flush section. Thanks for watching.